Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on returns, simple returns, log returns. So far, what we have learned is that uh, we learned the formula for simple returns, log returns. Okay, for a single period, for a multi-period, and we learned also that simple returns and log returns are approximately the same if they're very small, say less than 5%. What we're going to do now is we're going to use packages in R that that computes for simple returns and log returns. So it's a lot more convenient to do that, but we have to be aware of how it's used. So we're going to use quant mode and performance analytics. I hope you have already loaded it. To check class, you can go to the packages section and check quant mode. It has to be checked already, and also performance analytics, so that you're sure that it has already been loaded for our use. So last time we started the use of quant mode. Quant mode is a very powerful package in R for financial analytics. It allows us to download prices from different sources. So what we learned last time was to make use of the get symbols function. Okay, the get symbols function allow us to download data from different sources. If you check quant mode, okay, let me check quant mode here. Quant mode, let's click this, and then we will see here the different functions that's available. Let's go to G. Okay, so get symbols, you can get symbols that alpha vantage, these are sources of data, but you need API. Get symbols Bloomberg, get symbols Fred, MySQL, Wanda is a source where you can get currency. Okay, metals also, but this is limited. Okay, Yahoo is the default. Before you can get symbols from Google. Okay, but that has been closed, so wala na. You cannot anymore get information from Google. So we're going to also get data from Fred. Fred is a very huge data set. So tingnan lang natin class, if you go to, punta kayo sa search engine nyo, okay? And then Google, for example, Fred, type Fred, enter. And then the first listing here will be Federal Reserve Economic Data, Fred. Click this class, and then you can see that how many? 800,000 plus data sets, ranging from consumer price index, GDP, inflation, unemployment rate, mostly US based, but there are also some countries that can be found here. Okay, so it's a huge database, and what's so good is that this is free. Okay, you can access data from this one, and we'll have the chance to get data from Fred using quant mode. The default is that when you're getting data using get symbols, the default is you are getting from Yahoo, okay, from Yahoo Finance. Okay, so here it's possible not to put this source is equal to Yahoo. You can eliminate that, you can delete that, and then you'll still be able to get data. The default is Yahoo, so R will get data from Yahoo through the get symbols function of quant mode. And then you can identify the from here, from and to. You can choose the start date and the end date. Okay. If you don't put this, it will still run. But the default is that it will give us the first trading day of 2007. And to the end, if you don't put this, then it will give us the latest trading day. So it's 9/19 now. If we download data from using get symbols, we either get maybe a 9/17 or a 9/18, depending dun sa US, no? Kasi sa ano ngayon, sa New York, hindi pa tapos yung trading eh. It's 1:10 in the afternoon, so trading is still going on. So hindi pa tapos yung 980 nila. All right. Then this one is also important. Auto.assign is equal to true. Okay. And by the way, class, you have to define the asset, what you'd like to download. So you have to know what's the ticker symbol. You just don't write there AAPLE, Apple. Okay, you have to know what the ticker symbol is. You can check that in the internet. And then auto.assign is equal to true, which is the default, means that R will download this data, and then it will automatically name the data AAPL. Okay. If you want to give it a different name, then you should use this auto.assign is equal to false, and then assign the name. Okay. Of course, the data will be the same, only that they have different names. Okay. So if I run this first, get symbols, and I will see that it will print here the object AAPL there. It means that it has downloaded Apple, and you'll see that in your data. Okay. Diba sa environment, either data or values. Data, in data, you'll see their data frames, XTS objects, arrays, matrices, lists. Doon naman sa values, oftentimes you'll see there yung vector. No? If you create a vector, then that will not be found in your data, but rather in your values. Okay, so you have here your Apple object, or as I said, you can create this another object, a different name, AAPL. Okay, and then you have to write here auto.assign is equal to false. So if I run this, I'll be getting this one, class, AAPL small object. It's exactly the same as my AAPL. Okay, only a different name. Okay, so let's take a look first at the nature of the data, Apple. We can use the function structure, str. Control Enter. And you can see here what type of object AAPL is. It is an XTS object. XTS stands for Extensible Time Series. Extensible Time Series, which before this was created, it was quite difficult to work with time series data. Okay, but the advent of the XTS object made analyzing time series, made computing with time series a lot easier. Okay, I'll explain why. Okay, so this is the start date 2020-01-02, although we wrote here 20-01-01, but because there's no there's no 01-01 January 1, because most probably walang trading yan, so it gave us the 02. Okay, on the other hand, yung sa up to, okay, 12/31, walang trading ng 12/31, holiday also, so it gave us 12/30. You notice na yung sa from, it will give us the 1 day later, no? Okay, kasi 01-01, the next day is 02. Pero naman sa 2 until, it will give us the day before. It will not advance, no? But it will give us the day before. Kasi ito 12/31. It will not give us 2025-01-01, but rather the day before, ito naman the day after. So you notice a distinction. All right, data natin is double. Double simply means that this is a quantitative data. Okay, hindi siya integer. It's a numerical data, and it can take on decimal places. That's the meaning of double there. There are 1257 rows of observation and 6 columns. And what are the columns? What are the name of the columns? Names of the column, Apple open, high, low, close, etc. So let me just close these objects. Okay. If we view Apple class, if I click this, then you'll see that it's equivalent to viewing it. Click, view. Okay, you can see here, view Apple. So we have here 6 columns. OHLC, open, high, low, close. Okay, and then volume. Okay, the number of shares traded, and then adjusted. Okay, so here. And then notice something quite unique about an XTS object. So we're told here that this is an XS object. And as regards, so yung columns, Apple volume, with one more, yung Apple adjusted. As regards the index, this is unlike any data frame. Because in an ordinary data frame, okay, for example, class data, alala nyo yung pressure na object. Okay, this comes preloaded with R, data pressure. And then if we view pressure, view pressure. Okay, take a look. The index class is just the counting number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, for an XTS object, the index is the date. Okay, which makes it easily it's a lot easier to manipulate or a lot easier to work with time series if the index is the date. Before class, it was quite difficult class kung yung date mismo nasa is a column, is a variable. Medyo medyo very tricky class. So we used to have difficulty working with R kapag yung index class yung 1, 2, 3 lang tapos variable din yung date. So I find this a lot easier class. And besides, yung index natin class is time zone. UTC stands for Universal Time Convention, which is the GMT rin naman yun. Okay? Greenwich Meridian Time. And the XS attributes are yung source niya is Yahoo. And then yung date niya updated yung yung index POSIX city. Take a look at the format. Year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds. Which means class that if your data has an hour, minute, second timestamp, pwede yun class. It can be accommodated here. So that's very powerful with respect to intraday trading. No? If you're monitoring the prices on a per minute basis, okay, per hour basis, an XTS object can handle that. So that's the power of an XTS XTS object. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng class. It can accommodate yung timestamp na hour, minute, seconds, which of course a data frame cannot do. No? Hindi kakayanin ng data frame yan yung ganyang klaseng data. Okay? Okay, dito lang class. All right. Okay. So that's a structure. Yung summary class, we already did this before. Summary of Apple will give us the 6-number summary. This is the 0th percentile, yung minimum. The maximum is the 100th percentile. First quartile or the percentile 25th percentile. The median is the 50th percentile or quartile 2. Quartile 3 is the percentile 75, okay? And then mean is hindi siya sa percentile, no? Average siya. So you have here some data. Yung index, of course, this does not mean anything kasi hindi naman natin kinukuha yung minimum, maximum, average ng dates. So ang relevant lang yan, Apple, open, high, low, close, dito sa mga columns natin. Okay. If you want, kunyari to class, no? Ang mean, ang average ng Apple Open is 153.87. If you want to verify this class, you get mean of AAPL.open. Diba? Yan kasi yung pangalan ng column. If you try to get this class, it will generate an error. Why? Apple.open is not a recognized object. Wala siya sa data, wala siya sa values. Okay. But where is Apple.open from? Apple.open is from the Apple object or a small AAPL or big AAPL. So if you want to access yung Apple.open, then you'll have to go through mean and then AAPL or big AAPL, no? Tab and then dollar. Okay, if I press dollar class, it will open the variables that are contained in AAPL. So ito open, first ano siya, tab ko na kagad. Okay, there you go. Mean of Apple dollar AAPL, control enter. I get 153.87, okay, which is this one. Okay, I hope that's clear, class. If you're computing for the let's say mean median of these values, then you have to go through the object. These are the objects that you have. Okay, let me pause for a while, class. Clear but so far? Am I going too fast? I think we discussed this before, so this is just a quick review. Okay, thank you. So let me wait for the others to, yeah, salamat, class. Okay, thank you. Your feedback is very important to me. Say, I'd like to know if you're able to follow, because it doesn't make any sense for me to continue blabbering here without you understanding me. Understanding, because as I said, class, we're co-journeying here. Okay, as you learn, I also learned with you. So we'll have to go through the process together. Okay, so back to our data. This is our data. How do I, for example, can I create an object just out of this one column? Of course you can. So again, you'll have to use the dollar sign. Okay, let me close this. So in this case, okay, I'm creating this object. Okay, you know the rule for creating objects. This is our assignment operator. Apple adjusted underscore close. You can name it the way you want, class. Okay, I just named it Apple adjusted close, and then here I'm using the big AAPL and then dollar class. Okay, the best way to write this is identify the object and then dollar class. Automatically, it will give you the it will give you the columns in that object. So I'll go down, arrow down, or arrow up, adjusted, tab. You don't have to type Apple adjusted. So we're going to create now an object called Apple adjusted close, which is a subset of the Apple or AAPL data, which is this one. Okay, so let's run this, and then we can view Apple adjusted close or just click here. So it's also an XTS object. The subset of an XTS object is also an XTS object. Click this one, and then there you go. Here is Apple adjusted close. Okay, it's the adjusted price. All right, so let's try to manipulate this object. Okay, now we're going to calculate now returns. Okay, so let's create this object, Apple simple returns, from quant mode. We're going to distinguish between the returns function of quant mode and the returns function of performance analytics. So the function here is daily return. Okay, daily return, and then the object that we wish to get daily return is this one, Apple adjusted close. All right, so before we run that, let me just try to get daily return. What if I'm going to get the daily return of Apple? Remember, Apple class has 6 columns. What will happen here? Control enter. Okay, and then what do you get here? Okay, let me change this. Let me create an object called R1. Okay, alt minus daily return, and then AAPL. Okay, I'm creating an object called R1. Control enter. Okay, and then let me view R1. Okay, take a look, class. Okay, Apple class, which contains 6 columns. When we got the daily return of Apple, isang column lang binigay niya, class. Okay, so what's this for, class? This is the daily return of what? I want you to experiment and see, where did this come from? Ano to? Is it the opening, high, low, close? Is it the volume? Or is it the adjusted price? Okay, So what are we saying here? Yung daily return class correctly used only for univariate. Si Apple kasi, di ba, 6 columns yan. To correctly make use of daily return class, the object has to be univariate. Ibig sabihin, isang variable lang. Okay? So, I'll ask you to find out what's this. Ano to? Is it the daily return of opening, high or low or close or adjusted or the volume? Okay? It does not say here, no? Kung ano siya. Kasi ginamit mo yung daily return for AAPL, which has 6 columns. So, dapat class correctly ang paggamit ng daily return dun sa quant mode. Okay? Balikan natin to dito. Anong ano yan? Okay, here, class here. So, take a look at this class. Apple adjusted close. Di ba ito isang column lang yan, di ba? So this is univariate. Isang ano lang, isang variable lang here. Apple adjusted close. So pwede yan class. Okay? Because alam natin kung ano yung kinukuha niya, anong return ang kinukuha niya. Okay, daily return. All right, let's run this. Control Enter. And it will now create an object called Apple Simple Returns. Okay, ito. Q mode, just to distinguish it from performance analytics. Okay, view natin. Take a look at this class. Ito siya. Notice the first row. Ang first row, 0.00000. Okay, let's check the second row. Okay, we were getting the returns of this one, Apple adjusted close. Let's get a sample. Kunin natin yung second observation, Control C, Control V, and then divide it by this one, Control C, Control V, minus 1. So that's P sub T over P sub T minus 1, minus 1. Control Enter. Negative 0.09721. Okay, ano ba yung returns natin dito? Negative 0.00721, okay? 6 to, no? Ito 596. So, almost the same. May rounding of errors lang. The reason why they're different dun sa mga bigger significant digits or figures is that hindi naman ito yung actual price, no? Truncated na to, no? Okay? So the actual is really not exactly this one. Kaya hindi exacto yung nakukuha natin na simple returns. But practically they're the same class. So nag-default siya sa daily dot returns. Okay? We can change this. How do you change column names? Okay, you can use the call names function. So call names ng Apple Simple Returns Quant Mode, no? I'll just change it to aapl.simple.return. Okay, if I run this and then print the first three objects, first three observations, Control Enter. Okay, so there you go. aapl.simple.return and then the first three. Now, it's important to note, class, that this one technically is wrong. Why? Because this is not the return for the first date here. The return class should be empty kasi wala siyang ano, there is no prior value. Remember that the simple returns is simply P sub T over P sub T minus 1 minus 1. Okay, you have P sub T. Here, you have P sub T. But what's your P sub T minus 1? None. Pero si quant mode class, it defaults into generating the 0.0000. Now that can mean a lot, class, later as we progress. Okay. All right, so let's do this time with performance analytics. Si performance analytics, ang function niya, return.calculate naman. Okay? So we're creating this object, Apple Simple Returns, PA. So this is performance analytics. So performance analytics, return.calculate, no? And then Apple underscore adjusted underscore close. Okay. So if I run this class, Control Enter. Okay. Sorry, I don't have to highlight everything. No? Dapat anywhere there, by the way. No? So that's not a good practice. I-highlight mo pa. It's a waste of time. Pwede naman dito lang eh. No? Can go here at the beginning, anywhere there, class. Control Enter, mag-run na yung code na yan. Kasi R will recognize that it belongs to this code in this code chunk. Okay? Hina-highlight ko pang ganun as if it matters. No? It does not. Okay. Apple Simple Returns PA, ito yun, class. I'll view it. Apple Simple Returns. Click ko to. Alright. And take a look at this class. Pareho lang yung ano nila, no? Pareho lang yung mga returns nila, simple returns. Ang difference, si Performance Analytics, correctly, no? Rightly, sinasabi niyang NA to. Okay, NA, kasi wala talagang prior value. So this is technically, theoretically, the correct data or object that was generated, simple returns. Okay, I just want to point that out, no? Okay, so ito class, ito, just going back to the manual way to compute it, diba? So itong una class will get the difference. Okay, so ano tong difference class? The difference object will generate, ito yung Apple close natin. Ang difference class, ima-minus niya, no? 71.83 minus 72. 72 minus 71 is whatever the difference is. So there are 1257 observations. What will happen if you get the difference is magiging 1256 na lang siya. Diba? Okay, ang mangyayari dito, yung first element here will be this minus this. Okay, this minus this. And then this minus this. Now, bakit nandun yung difference? Kasi ang ginagawa dito, class, yung long formula, no, na actually hindi natin gusto. No? So that's P sub T minus P sub T minus 1. Diba? Ito yon. Difference. Diba yung formula ng simple returns class is P sub T over P sub T minus 1 divided by P sub T minus 1. And that's a formula. Okay? Or we could have used P sub T over P sub T minus 1 and then minus 1. That would have been a lot easier. No? Pero itong ginawa pa niya, nag-minus pa siya. Kaya yun yung difference class. It's in difference. But it's good because this is another way to get the simple returns. Just make sure that you understand that we're getting the difference kasi yun ang formula. Diba? P sub T minus P sub T minus 1 and then divided by P sub T minus 1. Kaya kukunin natin to class. I-divide natin. But what's this class? Yung former value, yung P sub T minus 1, kunyari dito, ang previous value niya should be 254. Diba? 254. Ang previous value nitong 254 is 258. Okay, so mag-generate siya ng ganitong data. Okay? Yung P sub T minus 1. Okay? So lahat ng may previous values, okay? Kasama dito. Except yung unang-una, class. Yung earliest, yung observation number 1. Yung 2007, 2020, 0102. Bakit, class? Kasi wala siyang walang prior value yon. Okay? So, if you take a look at this formula now, okay? Balik tayo sa formula natin. Okay? Ito, class, yung difference, no? Ito yung P sub T minus P sub T minus 1. And then, class, ito yung P sub T minus 1. We use the function log. Yung log, class, then you identify K is equal to 1, it will get the prior value. Okay, log 1. Kung gusto mong 2 past values, K is equal to 2. So this one defines the log. Yung order ng log natin. Kung gusto mong 7 days, then K is equal to 7. But what we need is P sub T minus 1. So we run these two objects, no? Yung price change, which is the difference of P sub T and P sub T minus 1, and the previous, which is the log. Okay? So ang gagawin natin, class, i-divide natin yan. Apple price change, this one, divided by Apple previous price, ito. So as I mentioned a while ago, it's equivalent to P sub T minus P sub T minus 1 over P sub T minus 1. That's the long formula, di ba, ng simple returns. Kasi ang short formula, P sub T over P sub T minus 1 minus 1. That would have been the easier formula. Pero still, ito pinapakita ko sa inyo kung paano gagawin to, no? Okay, so let's run this first. Okay, all right. So tingnan natin Apple price change ito. Yan. May NA siya dito, no? Di ba? So ito class, ito na yung difference. Ito yung P sub T minus P sub T minus 1. And then, let's take a look at this one now. Yung previous price. I-run ko yung previous price. Here, previous price. Okay. May NA din sa dulo, di ba? So, anong nangyari dito class? Ito yung last value. Okay? Pero kinuha natin kasi yung log. Okay, and this will have 1257, technically 1256, no? Kasi may NA siya dito kaya naging 1257. But if we get the division of that class, so ano natin to? Apple simple returns manually computed. I-run natin. Yan. Apple simple returns manual. It's this one. Okay. So may NA pa rin siya sa dulo, no? Kasi parehong NA yung values doon. And this is now the returns. So pareho to dun sa ano natin sa daily return o kaya yung sa return that calculate sa performance analytics. So I just showed you the manual. Okay, so pwede natin palitan. I leave you guys to change the name kasi ang lalabas dito sa manual, okay? Apple.adjusted, which is wrong, no? Hindi naman adjusted price yan. Returns na yan eh. Okay. Nag-default siya ng maling pangalan. So you can just change the name. Okay, now let's go to log class. Let's go to log. Can you compute also the log returns using daily return dun sa quant mode? Yes, class. But you just have to identify this, yung type. So let's quickly take a look at, tingnan natin class yung quant mode. Go to quant mode class. And then tingnan natin yung daily. Nasa quant mode ako, no? And then tingnan natin daily return class ito. Here. Okay? So pwedeng daily return, pwedeng period return. Okay? Yung period return will give us the same answer as daily return. Pag linagay natin dito, period is equal to daily. Ang maganda nito class, yung period return, it's flexible. Si daily return kasi, daily lang yun. No? Itong period return, you can identify kung monthly siya or weekly. Okay? So tingnan natin to ha. Okay? And then what I want to show here, okay, ang default niya, arithmetic. Ano yung arithmetic? Ito yung simple returns or ito yung discrete returns. Another name for simple returns is arithmetic return or discrete return. Okay? So tingnan nyo dito class sa ilalim here. Type of returns, pwedeng arithmetic, which is discrete, or log returns, which is continuous. So may dalawang types kang pwedeng gamitin. Either arithmetic or log. Ang default class arithmetic, kaya kanina hindi naman natin sinulit yung type. Type is equal to arithmetic. We didn't write that, which means that is the default. So if you want to get the log returns, kailangan ilagay mo type is equal to log. And this is what's happening here. Tingnan nyo, class. Here. Here. Daily return class, Apple adjusted close, and then type is equal to log. All right, so I'm creating this object, Apple log returns quant mode. Log returns siya tayo class. So tingnan ulit natin to class. Let's see. Control enter. And Apple log returns quant mode. Print ulit natin. View natin. Again, 00 dito sa sa simula. Ganyan talaga si quant mode hindi niya linalagay talaga na NA yan. It registers that this is 0, which is inaccurate. Kasi hindi naman talaga natin alam kung 0 to kasi hindi naman kinuha yung previous date, no? Okay, but we can see here that the returns, log returns is different. It's not equal to the simple returns. But just to check class, asan na yung natin, yung tanggalin ko lang to magtatanggal lang ako dito, price. Asan na yung object natin? Ito class, ito, no? Let's just check yung log returns niya. Tagal. Yan. Okay. So let's get the log returns. So how do we get the log returns, class? Log of log of p sub t, this one, control C, control V, divided by p sub t minus 1. Yan. Diba yan ang formula, class, ng log return? Walang minus 1 yan, class, ha? Make sure you have the formula correct. Yung simple returns yung may minus 1. Okay, so ito, class, run natin. So it's negative 009769. Tingnan natin itong log returns niya. 9769. No? 195. 195. So almost perfectly equal. So tama tayo, no? We know that this is log return. Okay? All right. Then binago lang yung kasi, class, pag nag-aan tayo ng nagre-returns tayo ng quant mode, ang lagi nang ginagawa, daily dot returns. So you can change that, class. Pwede mo gawing log return. Okay? So hindi ko na iraran yan. I just want to illustrate, class, yung yung power ng control alt I. Okay. So mag-compute lang tayo dito, class. Control. Okay, I'll just type this, control C, control V. Apple, lagay ko lang, class, pahabain ko lang, sorry, Apple monthly, no? Apple monthly returns, quant mode. So kailangan, class, pag ima-monthly mo yan, you have to put here yung, you can use monthly return, class. Okay, but you can also use here period return. Period return. Or you can directly use monthly return. And R will know how to deal with that. No? So dito, class, I'm using period return. Diba ito? Period return. And we have to identify yung period. Okay? So you can put here, comma, period is equal to monthly. Wrong spelling. Monthly. Okay? Or you can use weekly, quarterly. All right. So what will this generate? Sabi natin, period return, type is equal to log, and then period, sorry, mali yung spelling. Period is equal to monthly. Generate Apple log monthly returns. Okay, run natin to. Okay, take a look, class. Apple log monthly returns, ito. Okay, take a look at the dates, class. 1/31, 2/28, 3/31, 4/30, end of the month na. Okay, monthly na to. Okay, so very powerful, class, tong quant mode. Ang daming pwede nyo gamitin. You can use period return or you can use specifically. Daily return yung ginamit natin. Weekly return, pwede rin. Okay, pag sinabi nyo weekly return, hindi nyo nasasabihin na period is equal to weekly. Understood na yun. Annual, yearly, pwedeng all returns din. Lahat ng returns yan. I want you to, maybe you'd like to experiment on this, class, no? Yung ano ibibigay pag all returns. Bibigay sa inyo lahat ng returns. Okay? All available return periods. So I want you to try to explore that. I leave it to you, class, to explore. Okay? So it's just to an additional, What about, again na lang natin to, what about other period returns. Yung hindi lang daily, no? Okay? So yun. You can use period return, you can use monthly return, etc. So very flexible, class, si quant mode. All right, then with class, with performance analytics, ganun din, we have to define sa quant mode type ang ginagamit natin. Sa performance analytics, method is equal to log. Yun ang syntax niya. Okay, so let's run this. We're generating this Apple log returns PA for performance analytics. And then ang ginagamit natin is return.calculate. No? Apple adjusted close method is equal to log. Control enter. Okay, let's see. Apple log returns PA. I-view natin. Okay, so daily return siya, no? Pero log to. So pareho to dun sa daily return natin. And then NA dito. So you notice the difference between performance analytics and quant mode. Si performance analytics, tama yung ginagawa niya na NA. Okay. Si quant mode, medyo, ano siya doon, medyo mali siya doon, no? But what you can do, class, pag quant mode, then i-delete mo na lang to, no? You can subset this. Yari, Apple log returns, quant mode, open and close parentheses, square brackets, -1. With that, class, tatanggalin to. I-delete. -1 means remove the first row. Or na.omit, ito, Apple log returns quant mode. So dalawa yun, ha? Actually, maraming iba pang pwede. Okay, so let's sa ano class, ito, may question ako dito, ha? Okay. So what we learned, class, was please answer here kanina kasi medyo nag-stall kami dito kasi I don't know kung sinusubukan nilang sagutin, no? But please give me feedback. If you recall, class, sabi natin, yung log returns is by definition, di ba? Sabi natin, just by way of review, okay, the log returns is actually log of P sub t over P sub t minus 1. Okay? So dapat familiar na familiar sa atin to, class, kasi ang ginagamit talaga itong continuous returns or log returns, no? Yan. Which is by definition log of P sub t minus log of P sub t minus 1. Okay? So, procedurally, ang gagawin muna dyan, get the log. Diba? Kunin natin lahat ng log ng mga prices. So, meron tayong log of P sub t, log of P sub t minus 1, log of everything. And then get the difference. Okay? Pwede natin kunin yung difference ng mga logs nila kasi may log na tayo. So, the process that we did was to get the log first of this object, yung Apple adjusted close natin. Okay? And then after getting the log, we get the difference. So it's similar to this one, class. Okay? Get the log first and then get the difference. Ito yun. Okay? Now my question is, I hope you'll answer, please, class, please. What happens if you get this one? I-reverse natin. Log diff AAPL. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds, class. Run nyo muna to. Okay? And then try to run this. And please tell me what happened. What happened to the result of this one? Apple log returns. Baguhin natin to, no? Maybe you can baguhin natin yung pangalan. Rev na lang to mean reverse, no? Sige, class. O, dito muna, class. Tingnan natin. What do you get there? Compare nyo, class, sa kaninang yung daily return o kaya yung return that calculate na type is equal to log or method is equal to log. Do you get the same answers, class? I'll wait for your response, class. Huh? Time flies so fast. Okay, I hope I can get your responses, class. Okay. What do you get? Clear? What do you mean by clear? Same answers. Okay, good. So I hope everybody got the same answer, no? Same answers. So this one really gives us the log returns. How about this, class? Ito. Subukan nyo nga to. Pwede bang i-reverse yung process na yan? Get Okay, thank you. Same answer. How about getting the difference first and then get the log? Get the difference first. Ito mauuna yung difference eh. And then get the log. Are they equivalent processes? Again, I'll wait for your reply, class. You can, kung gusto nyo, i-copy nyo yung first few observations ng data nyo. Okay, what am I getting? NANs. Okay, different. How about the others, class? You're getting NANs. Kay Aiden, different. Kay Paula, it's NANs. Okay, how about the others, please? Let me see what your answer is. Okay, waiting for the others. Feedback, please. I just have 2 responses. I want to get more responses, class. Okay, thank you, Moises. I only have 3, class. I want more, please. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, class. Thank you. Okay, you're correct, NANs. Now, why is that so, class? Let's just take a look at our data. So, ang data natin, class, tanggalin ko lang to, no? Magbawas ako ng ano. Magbabawas lang ako ng mga, what we need is this one, here. Apple adjusted close, yan. Okay? So let's do it step by step. So we first get the difference. No? So I'm going to get this. Price at time t, control C, control V. Okay, D1, I'm going to create an object called D1, control V, and then minus this one. Oops. Control C, control V. All right, I'm creating this object called D1. Okay, control enter. So I'm going to print D1 and then also print the, after getting the difference, let's get the log of D1. Di ba kasi diff, log diff, no? We get the difference first and then get the log. So when we run this class, control enter, what do you get? Ayun, class. D1 is negative 0.7, and then log of D1 is not a number. You know why, class? Because you cannot get the log of a negative number. It's inexistent. Okay? It's inexistent. Why is that so? By definition, class, diba? Kung base E, there is no number that you can raise, let's say, E with, okay, that will give you a negative answer. Wala, class. Tingnan nyo again yung ano natin. Kunyari, log of 10. Let's say to the base E. Okay, hindi, negative 10. So, kasi negative, ano? Okay. What number can you raise E with? Okay, so that it will give us the answer negative 10. Wala, class. Kaya the log of a negative number does not exist kasi wala kang mahahanap na number na kapag erase mo, let's say base 10, no? 10 to the what number will give you negative 10. Okay, wala. Okay, there's no number that you can use to raise 10 with that will give you a negative number. All right, so I just wanted to make sure that you understand that you cannot get the log of a negative number. Okay? Saan na tayo? Dami ito. Here. You cannot get the log of a negative number. So dito nag-difference ka, so most probably may mga negative yan, unless if your data is continuously going up, no? Increase na increase siya. Pag it keeps on increasing, then the difference will be price at time t minus price at time t minus 1 will always be positive. Kasi lagi siya nag-i-increase eh. Diba? So, that way, class, Okay, this is not possible. Okay? All right. So we just did this before. Okay? Okay, punta na tayo class dito, no? Now, yung NA values. Saan na tayo? Saan na ako? Parang na-miss out ko na run kanina to. Where are we, class? Dito. Hindi lang class, ha? Nag-jump yata ako kanina, no? Okay. Parang iba yung nagamit ko, ah. Strange, strange. Mhm. Okay. We discussed something very important here. Saan na yun? Hindi lang class, ha? Did I jump a while ago? Yeah, I jumped a while ago. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. Na-jump ko to. Okay. So here I'm saying, class, that you should handle NA values first. Si quant mode, class, technically wala siyang NA values kasi nagbigay siya ng value na ano eh. Di ba? Nagbigay siya ng value na zero. Yung mga returns natin kanina, no? Ito, ano na to? Yung iba to, no? Nagbigay siya ng values na zero. So technically wala siyang NA. I'll go here first, class, no? I'll go here first. Okay. Yung mga previous dito, it just gives us the formula for the mean, median, mode. So tinignan lang namin yung mga formula nito kanina, class. Okay? So yan, it's just learning how to, kunyari itong mean of bar of x, paano mo gagawin yan? Ito, class, oh. Okay, parenthesis, tapos slash bar, and then x. So yung bar dito, class, slash bar lang yun. Okay? All right, so these are just the formulas for mean, median, and then variance, and then standard deviation. Okay, I'm not going to discuss this anymore. Range, paki-review na lang, class, yung mga formulas and meaning ng kurtosis because I expect you to use that in your case. So may data kayo, get the mean, median, standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis of some variables, and then explain nyo. Okay? As practice. Ito naman yung formula, binigay ko na sa inyo. What you'll have to do, class, is to make sure that you understand the implication of having a value of yung sa measures of dispersion, which is standard deviation and variance, and then measures of shape, yung kurtosis at saka yung skewness. Okay, so let's go here, class. Ito yung na-discuss namin kanina, no? Na I wanted to point out something here. Okay. Let's get the returns, class. Let's get the average. Okay? Let's get the average of yung Apple log returns natin ng quant mode. Di ba yung Apple log returns natin ng quant mode, asa na siya? Apple log returns quant mode here. Okay, here, class, no? Here. Apple log returns quant mode. Remember, class, yung quant mode, technically speaking, wala siyang NA kasi naglagay siya ng value dito. So if we get the mean, the average of this, magre-result class ng answer, no? Ito class, mean return, mean of Apple log returns quant mode. Median din, kinumpute natin median return. Okay? And then let's have a printout of this. Concatenate measures of central tendency. Okay? Ito class yung ano dito, yung printf dito. Okay, para dito 'yon, no? Yung decimal places to. If you want 6 decimal places, gawin yung 0.6f. 0.6f. All right? Okay? And then slash n, di ba? Ibig sabihin yan yung next line na. And then comma, print the mean return. Ito yon. Comma, median return. Median daily log return. Okay, so if I run this class, if I run this, it will generate an answer. So the daily log return is 0.00989. The daily median return is 0.00186. Now let's do that class for, let's do that for yung PA class kanina. Sige, mag-run tayo dito. Let's copy this class, ito. Control C. Control V. Okay, then, sorry, one. Okay, what am I doing, class? I'm just copying the code a while ago. Pero ito, ang gagamitin natin, Apple log returns, yung PA. PA. Okay? Median returns ni PA. PA. Okay? Measures of central tendency, mean daily log return. So this is, gawin natin tong mean return ni PA, median return ni PA, mean return ni PA to. Median return ni PA. Okay, what am I doing, class? Okay. I'm going to use yung Apple log returns ni PA. I-view lang natin ulit si Apple log returns ni PA. Here, class. Apple log returns ni PA. Click natin to. Is this one, di ba? May NA tayo dito. Now, what will happen, class, if you try to run, kunyari yung mean, median mode, or variance on this object that has an NA? Tingnan to, class, no? I'll run this, Control Enter. And what am I getting? NA class. NA. Now, why is it NA class? Kasi yung object natin, class, may NA. So, hindi yan magge-generate ng result, class. Okay, it will not compute for the mean. Okay, so what do you have to do, class? What we can do is, tatanggalin muna natin yung, class, yung NA dun sa Apple log returns. So, as I said, you can do it that way, NA.omit, or pwedeng ganito, class, no? PA, and then brackets, -1. There you go, class. Okay? PA -1. Yan. Pareho lang yung class, no? Ito, i-remove niya yung first row. Ito naman, NA.omit. Okay? So I'm naming this Apple log returns PA1. This is NA.omit ng PA. If I run this, class, Control Enter. Okay? So take note, class, tinanggal niya, no? Tinanggal niya yung NA. So because NA was removed, pwede natin gawin ditong PA underscore PA. So this is Apple log returns ni PA1, median ni PA1. This should be PA underscore PA. Yan. Okay, run natin to, class. Run. And then this will now, oh, sorry. Yung print, hindi ko nalagay. Saan na yan? Ito, no? Here, class. Gawin natin 6 para mas maraming decimal places. 6. Run ko to. Control Enter. There you go, class. So nag-generate na siya. Nag-generate na siya ng result kasi wala na yung PA dun, wala na yung NA dun sa sa log returns PA natin. Okay, let me pause for a while, class, and ask for your feedback if you're following so far. Kung naintindihan ba, or you need me to repeat something or to explain again. So waiting for your feedback, class. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, class. Again, I appreciate your feedback. That's very important to me. Okay. Now let's go here, class. You can of course now measure variance. For variance, class, let's get the variance of the return. We just use var. Variance. Apple log returns, just use quant mode. Okay, although class yung Apple log returns ang quant mode natin, di ba, may may 000 dito, di ba? Okay. Magra-run pa rin yan kasi 000 siya eh. No? And then standard deviation return, that will be the standard deviation, SD, no? Of Apple log returns quant mode. And then the range will simply be the maximum minus the minimum. Yun ang formula ng range, class. And then ito print natin dito. Okay, concatenate measures of dispersion with variance of daily log return, variance return, standard deviation, yung volatility of log return, standard deviation return, ito yon, class. And range of daily log return, yung range return. Okay, I think what I gave you is may kulang, ano? So dagdagan nyo na lang, class. Okay? So just add, kasi I added kanina yata yung variance return dito. Kasi standard deviation lang yata yung nabigay ko sa inyo. So if I run this, class, okay, you can have this print out measures of dispersion, the variance, the standard deviation or volatility of daily log returns, and then range of daily log returns. Maximum value minus minimum value. Okay, and these are daily, class. Daily log returns to because the variance, the standard deviation, and the range that we're getting are from daily returns. If you want, class, if you want to get annual returns, either generate yung annual returns muna or you can do it this way. So here, class, how do we annualize the standard deviation, annualize the variance? So here, annual variance return is equal to variance return, which is this one, multiplied by 252. So why 252, class? Because on the average, there are 252 trading days in a year. So since we have daily data, to get the annual, we multiply it by 252. Now, see, annual standard deviation, remember that standard deviation is the square root of variance. So you do not multiply it by 252, but rather you multiply it by the square root of 252. Okay, so that's the difference. No? Kasi si variance, si standard deviation is related to your variance by its square root ng variance. Okay, so it's just like getting the square root of the variance return. But the variance return is the square root of the variance return multiplied by 252. So you also have to get the square root of this, no? Square root ng whole item. Okay? And then let's just run this. Hindi ko lagyan natin class ng ito, no? Control C, ang title here, Control V, annualized variance and standard deviation of log returns. So we're converting the daily returns into annual returns. All right? So dito ang pinapaprint natin yung annual variance return, which is this one. So syempre kino-compute muna natin yan. We compute it first before we put it here. So what will be placed here is the result of this one. Okay, and let's run this. So you now have the annualized variance and standard deviation is annualized variation. This is approximate class kasi minultiply lang natin ng 252, no? Approximate because we just multiplied it by the square root of 252. Okay, so then you can also compute for the skewness, kurtosis, and excess kurtosis. So I think I gave this to you. So you just use skewness. This is coming from the moments package. Kurtosis also. And then importante class yung excess kurtosis. So please read on this class kasi you just can't immediately interpret si kurtosis. Kailangan, bakit nagma-minus 3 dito ha? So please read up on that. Okay, run natin to. So we have here the output, measures of shape, the skewness, okay, kurtosis, and the excess kurtosis of daily log returns. I'm not going to discuss this anymore, class. I want you to review your descriptive statistics, and then understand what does this tell about the distribution of your log returns. What does this say about the tails of our log returns, no? Yung tails ang dinidescribe niyan. Okay. And then, ito class, tingnan ito ha. Concatenate performance analytics, yung table.stats summary. Okay. Print table.stats. Okay. So this is a function from performance analytics. No? Table.stats. Anong object? Apple log returns quant mode. Okay? All right. So by the way, class, it's best na talagang nag-NA muna tayo dun sa quant mode, ano? Okay? So dapat, ang first step nito, bago tayo mag-compute ng mean, ng standard deviation, dapat we should have fixed the data. Okay, anong nangyari kanina? I think I jumped some, I accidentally jumped some, ano. Okay, anyway, so let's run this class. Yan. So ito yung class, yung table.stats. Anong binigay sa atin? Number of observations, ilan yung NAs, minimum, first quartile, second quartile, arithmetic mean, geometric mean. Okay, you have to review class, ano yung geometric mean, quartile 3, maximum and standard error of the mean. Okay, and notes na lang itong huling-huli class. So next meeting class, in school, okay, we're going to make use of this class. Magpa-plot na tayo ng series. Hopefully, matapos natin to next term, next meeting, so that we can move on to the next topic. Ang topic kasi natin, di ba, dito, descriptive financial analytics and visualization. Okay? Here, we're going to use also a portfolio na, no? Paano natin i-compute pag portfolio? Kasi yung discussion natin, these are just univariate. Isang ano lang, isang data lang. Okay? All right, so that ends our discussion. Let me